Welcome to Off the Cuff with Namrita. Hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. And today I'm deeply humbled to be in the presence of Swami Mukundananda ji. Swamiji is a world renowned teacher of spirituality, yoga, and meditation. His enlightening discourses clarify the deepest concepts of the Vedic scriptures with wit, humor, and perfect logic. Swamiji is a senior disciple of Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj, an alumnus of IIT and IIM, and he is the founder of the unique yogic system called JKYog. Swamiji, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आफ्टर आफ्टर. This is my pleasure to have you.
Namaste, Namrita. Pleasure to join you. Looking forward to the conversation.
Me too. Swamiji, बताइए, I know that you were a part of the material world before. You are an alumnus of IIT and IIM. So what did you find lacking in the material world that you took up spirituality?
I think I am still in the material world.
Achha, okay.
But nevertheless, if you are referring to the profession, it's now a spiritual profession or occupation. Okay. So what was lacking was a purpose that I was looking for a purpose that was meaningful and satisfying. And just the idea of getting a career through which I can earn money, find status and prestige, that was not satisfying enough. I felt that life had a higher goal than merely this. Okay. And then I was looking at some of the alumni, the graduates who would come back, and I would ask myself, are they happy?
Okay.
And I would see that they are not really happy.
Huh.
I said, if this is the goal of it all, then why are they not happy? And that quest led me to the bigger questions in life. Why am I here in this world? Having come here, what should be my objective? Why was I sent in this place in the first place? So these questions led me to the Vedic knowledge. And through that, I understood some basic spiritual truths. The first is, who am I? Am I a material body or am I a spiritual being? Am I disconnected from the rest of the world or do I have a connection with all of creation? And the faith came very strongly on the divine knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. And then I started practicing sadhana, which means attaching my mind to the Supreme. Okay. And at that stage then, the yearning for God became deep. Okay. So some saints explained to me, there is no shortage of engineers and MBAs in this world. But what is required is educated people who can understand spiritual science and explain it to others. So for my own fulfillment and to have the opportunity to help others, I took this step.
And you are a gift to everybody. So all I will say is that. Thank you for this wonderful answer. And Swamiji, we are sitting in the hub of Silicon Valley, the nucleus of technology. So my question was our definition of happiness keeps changing with time. When we were in 1940s or 50s, we were without television and without radios also, I think. And then internet came. Then our definition of happiness changed with internet. We broadened our horizons with that, and we started comparing ourselves to other people. And now we are, like you talked about in your discourse 2 days back about artificial intelligence, that has taken over our lives. Now it's telling us, what is the thing that will make you happy? So we are so much dependent on what is being fed to us. So how can we find, true happiness in this kind of an environment?
Well, Namrita, the change in technology has been tremendous. In fact, we both are probably from the same generation. Somebody observed that our generation has witnessed the biggest change in one lifetime when it comes to technology.
Very true.
There is nothing intrinsically wrong with technology.
Okay.
Whether it is the audio video system or artificial intelligence, it is just putting power in our hands.
Okay.
But that increases our responsibility on utilizing that power in a proper manner. So technology comes as a two-edged sword. Just like a scalpel in the hands of a doctor can save lives, and in the hands of a dacoit can take lives. So likewise, AI is making a whole lot of information available to us. It should not overtake our intellect. We should retain our spiritual wisdom to decide what to do with this information.
Okay.
If we surrender our spiritual discrimination, then we'll take all our advice from AI. Now, when it comes to material things, it's okay. Little more information is helpful. But AI cannot solve the ethical and moral dilemmas. AI cannot tell us how to purify our own mind. So that responsibility remains with us. If we are spiritually wise, if we are able to control our senses and our mind and keep our intellect illumined, we can use AI to do a lot of good. It's just like social media. Now, social media has its good and its bad, and so much of good wisdom is also being disseminated through social media. But this change is something that has taken humankind by surprise, the AI change.
Yes.
Nobody expected it to happen so fast.
Yes.
And everybody is wondering what the next move will be. What is going to happen next? I firmly believe that God is in charge. And if He has permitted the AI revolution to get started, He is going to give us the wisdom on how to put it to good use as well. But at the same time, all of us will need to be careful not to see that it is not misutilized.
Very true. So there's a word of caution here as far as AI is concerned, and I think this is the right time to look inwards also, like Swamiji is saying. We have to start asking existential questions as to who we are, so that we can keep that gap separate. Like we are humans and that is AI. I don't mix, I think, the two. And my next question was about education. Basically, we live in a purpose-driven society where success is equivalent to happiness, especially here. There's so much pressure on very young kids. The education system starts to put pressure at kids, at 2 years or 3 years of age. So how can we instill healthy growth in a child who is being, pushed to be a Sundar Pichai or a Indra Nooyi or a Nadella, whoever? So, yes.
The educational system is got its plus points as well. I mean, imagine the extent to which the teaching techniques have been evolved. The kind of teaching techniques we were exposed to and what the children of today are exposed to. So, if the facilities are properly utilized, there's tremendous potential.
Okay.
The system itself is not as much to blame as the parents themselves. The parents are fulfilling their unfulfilled aspirations through their children. So because they could not become a Sundar Pichai, they need their child to become one.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So for the children, the parents are the role model. And if the child sees that the parents are all about materialistic aspirations, that is what gets filled into the child's value system as well. So instead, it is important that parents loosen their definition of success and they decide that ultimately education is not to help you become an engineer, doctor, advocate and earn money, but to help you become a better person. Right? Like Swami Vivekananda said, education is the art of man making. One philosopher said that the heart of education should be the education of the heart. So we should remember that a child's entire life is at stake. If we are filling into the child just materialistic ambitions, we are doing such a disservice. One gentleman, his son, a few years ago, was the national junior American chess champion, one of our Indian parents. So he was telling me he met Vishwanathan Anand.
Okay.
And Vishwanathan Anand was advising them, don't restrict their life to the 64 squares of the chessboard. Life is much more than that. Likewise, the parents should see that the complete development of the child's personality takes place. And that should include the wisdom to be able to become self-aware, the wisdom to have self-mastery skills, and the wisdom to see one's relationship with all of creation.
Wonderful, wonderful answer. I'm just feeling so blessed to be hearing, these things from you. I think we have to be more universal in our thinking. I think rather than think of what is right there and what's that's what I'm learning. And you did talk about the ascending knowledge and the descending knowledge in one of the books I was reading, and also in the lecture on Gita. So please, can you explain a little bit about how to seek knowledge, because these days everybody is an influencer and there's so much of cacophony and noise all around us. So how important it is to go to the right source these days to seek knowledge?
Very correct. There is no dearth of influencers now. Everybody who's got a little bit of speciality stakes their claims to be an influencer.
Yes.
When it comes to knowledge in relation to deciding the goal of our life, the purpose of our life, the values that are important, then the source of the knowledge becomes extremely important. Because if we base our beliefs on the knowledge we are receiving from an imperfect source, those wrong beliefs can hurt us like nothing else. So factually, we people think we are walking with our eyes, but we are walking based on our beliefs. Somebody develops the belief, sabse bada rupaiya, and they spend their whole energy trying to earn money. Somebody else develops the belief that status and prestige is the most valued thing in life, and then they're going around trying to win elections with no other higher purpose. So these beliefs are such an important aspect of our personality. They determine our worldview, our values, and the direction in which our life veers. So it is very important that we base our faith on a proper source of knowledge, which is what you have asked. How do you determine that?
Yes.
In our Vedic culture, we hold the scriptures, the sacred books, as transcendental.
Shosha is a creative Indian restaurant located in the heart of Silicon Valley. Shosha is a woman-owned business that serves traditional Indian flavors assimilated with molecular gastronomy techniques. The best Indian bar with happy hours in the Bay Area serves handcrafted drinks inspired by flavors from India with modern craft cocktails that are presented in unique ways. Shosha is a modern take on traditional Indian cuisine. We specialize in corporate luncheon, anniversary celebrations, birthday parties, and catering. Do check us out for a memorable modern Indian dining experience. Shosha is located at 141 South Murphy Avenue in Sunnyvale, California.